Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here. Today I am filming my February TBR and I'm really excited about the books that I'm reading in February, so let's get started. So the first 6 books that I'm hoping to read in February are my sign up to the TBR books from the 4th segment of that series, which I'll link that down below for you. I'm not going to talk about them too much, but I may have finished some of these by the end of the month, so you might see them in my wrap up. But at the moment I haven't read them, and yeah, so I need to finish them because I'd like to do my next sign up to the TBR next month at the end of the month, so I need to finish these before that. So currently I have left Still Missing by Sherry Stevens, which I'm actually currently reading, Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden, Prison Gate by David Ramsbotham, Domain of the Dead by Ian McKinnon, Wolf by Ryan Groudon, and Asking for It by Kate, and I can't remember her surname. So those are the 6 books that I'm either going to finish at the end of January or finish it or start in February, but I'd like to finish them, like I said, by the end of the month. Next up is my project thriller book of the month. I will link the video for that down below, but the one I've picked this month is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, which I believe is a sci-fi kind of thriller. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard really good things about this, and when I did that project thriller video, a lot of people told me that they were really interested in this or that they really loved it. So I'm really excited about it. This one is a man named Jason Desson who is attacked by an abductor, a masked abductor, and he is knocked unconscious, but the last words he hears before that is, "Are you happy in your life?" He wakes up strapped to a gurney and he hears the words "welcome back," and when he does get welcomed back, his wife is no longer his wife, his son has not been born, and he is no longer the college professor that he remembers. And I don't know anything else about this. It sounds really, really interesting. I'm really, really looking forward to reading it. Next up is my 5-star prediction of the month, and that one is I See You by Claire Mackintosh. I'll link the video down below for this one, but I read I Let You Go by Claire Mackintosh last year and really, really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that this one will also be one I really like. This follows a girl named Zoe Walker who sees her photo in the classified section of a London newspaper, but there doesn't seem to be any reason for it and she can't work out why it's in there and what it's there for, and yeah, I know nothing else about this, but I like to go into thrillers without knowing too much, so very much looking forward to this because I did love Claire Mackintosh's writing last year. The next one, I feel like if I read this month, I might actually cry because I will finally have finished a series that's been going on for me for about 2 years. And that is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, which is book 6, the final book in the Mortal Instruments series. I found Lady Midnight in a charity shop the other day, and I have a load of the other books from these series by Cassandra Clare, but I can't read them all until I finish this series. And I, for some reason, have been sitting on this last book and not bothering to read it for ages. So yeah, I don't obviously know what's going to happen in this one. I don't want to talk about it too much because, I mean, everybody knows what the Shadowhunters world is about. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to finally saying I've finished this book. Then you may remember at the beginning of January I posted my Q&A, which was for 300 subscribers, which is amazing because I'm nearly at 400 now, which blows my mind. But in that video, one of the giveaway prizes that was on offer and was won in that video was to pick my TBR for February. So I have 2 books here that were picked by the lovely Linda from Linda's World of Books. I will link her channel down below. 100% go and check her out, guys. She's so amazing and she's so thoughtful and so lovely. And she had a real slog because I have 350 plus books on my shelves and she essentially looked through them all to figure out what she wanted me to read. She's picked 2 that I'm very excited about, and yeah, I can't actually wait to read these. So the first one she picked is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, which I know Mary from With Cinnamon Please will be very happy about because this is like one of her favourite books, I think. And yeah, I'm very excited to read it. So I don't know too much about it. I keep trying to say the plot, but I feel like I get it wrong every time. But I think it's about a guy who has a portrait done of himself, but the more he looks at it, is it the portrait gets old and he doesn't instead, or I don't know, he gets like obsessed with his beauty, I think. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, I'm kind of making it up as I go along. This edition is the Penguin Classics edition, which to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of this one. I think it's a bit dreary, but I don't actually know how long this book is. Like maybe 200 odd pages. I'm quite looking forward to it, like I said. It's another classic that I haven't read and will be amazing to finally have read it. And yeah, Mary has such good praise for it, and obviously Linda loves it too, so very much looking forward to getting to this one. And the other one she picked has worked really well because it is another one of my like thriller reads of the year that I want to read. It wasn't included in the list, but it is one that I'm really excited about. And I mentioned last year, I think Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty was in my top books of the year. I'll link that video down below as well. And I was like, should I read, I think it's Truly Madly Guilty, which I've put onto my project TBR, my project thriller TBR. And I was like, should I read this one next or should I read another one? Now Linda has picked the answer for that for me, because she has picked The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty as one of my reads this month, which means I'm going to read this one before the other one, and I'm quite happy about that. I'm going to read the back because I literally know nothing about this. It says, mother of 3 and wife of John Paul, Cecilia discovers an old envelope in the attic. Written in her husband's hand, it says, to be opened only in the event of my death. Curious, she opens it and time stops. John Paul's letter confesses to a terrible mistake which, if revealed, would wreck their family as well as the lives of others. Cecilia wants to do the right thing, but right for who? If she protects her family by staying silent, the truth will worm through her heart. But if she reveals her husband's secret, she will hurt those she loves most. That sounds amazing. I am so excited to read this, and yeah, like I said, I love Big Little Lies, so I feel like I'm going to love Leanne Moriarty anyway. Very much looking forward to this, so thank you so much, Linda, because you picked some good ones. I also wanted to quickly mention a book that I will be reading this month, but I can't tell you why I'm reading it, because the video is coming out for that soon. So basically, I will be reading Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. It's a Stephen King book. I have not read it. I do not own it. My mum owns it, so I'm going to try and see if she'll lend it to me so that I don't have to buy myself a copy. All I will say is at the beginning of February, there will be a video coming out which will be a collaboration with Hayley from Hayley Marie Reads, who I love. I think she's amazing. Go and check out her channel because she's incredible. But there will be an explanation and a little sort of challenge that we're setting ourselves. So yeah, go and check that out when it comes up. But like I said, go and check out Hayley's videos before then anyway. But yeah, so you'll find out why I'm reading Stephen King's Dolores Claiborne, and I'm very excited about it. And then the last 2 books of this are my buddy reads. Now you may be thinking, why haven't you picked one of your books off of your to read in 2019 list? And I am, because one of the buddy reads that I'm doing is actually from that list, and I'm doing a buddy read, finally, from the wonderful Nicole at A Beautiful Chaos of Books. I could probably take out shares in her channel at this point, the amount of times that I mention her. I adore her, I think she's amazing, and I love her channel, and I'm so happy that we're finally doing a buddy read. And of course, the buddy read we're doing has to be a thriller because, I mean, look at our channels. So we are going to be reading In the Woods by Tana French, which is the first book in the Dublin Murder series. Dublin Murder Squad? Dublin Murder series. I'm not entirely sure what the series is called, but we will be reading this throughout the month of February, and I'm very excited to buddy read with Nicole and just to read this book as well, because I've heard amazing things, and if I love it, I'm pretty sure there are loads more books in the series to get to. And then the other one is a buddy read that I will be doing, which actually is starting right at the end of January, but we won't have finished it by February, so it still counts to put it in this video. But it is with the beautiful Charlie from Charlie Brooke and Lorraine Ryle. We are both doing a buddy read of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, the 3 of us, and I'm really excited. I think I read this when I was much younger, but I honestly don't really remember too much about it, the details of it, and I'm very excited about it. I think Charlie has read it before, but she read it quite a long time ago, and Lorraine has never read it before, which is really exciting. And yeah, it's going to be just a really lovely experience. I love this cover of this book, and I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, so very excited to finally get to it. So there you have it, guys. That is my books that I plan on reading in the month of February. Let me know if you're reading any of these, or if you have read any of them and you loved them, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you next time for another video. Bye guys!